Welcome to Trouble at the Tavern. We just had a off-mic conversation about how batteries are made, but I guess you'll have to settle for this podcast.
I don't know what batteries.
Hello!
Hello!
And welcome back to Trouble at the Tavern,
A D&D podcast!
I got the memo this time.
Episode 22.
where we have limited seating available at the tavern, so most customers find themselves prone to standing.
Wait, wait, what?
Can you say that again?
It doesn't even make sense. No.
Oh, I missed it.
Now he's just throwing words together.
Prone to standing.
Yeah, prone is in laying down and standing is in standing, but then the double entendre.
He's getting to the bottom of the barrel on Reddit now.
I have to keep refreshing the barrel. The barrel was empty, episode 13.
Yeah, and
and
it shows.
Choke pickles?
The barrels.
The barrels.
Ignore me in this corner.
We
did put Maggie in a corner in this episode.
Nobody puts Maggie
How
in a
you
corner.
doing over there, Maggie?
Fine.
Okay. Yeah, she's doing fine.
Good.
My name is Chris Black, and I am your Dungeon Master for this podcast. Join with me, as always, Michael Pugasevich.
Reunited again with his tiefling friend, Dylan Buckley.
Wow. It's weird. It's weird when you're prepared.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
I like being prepared sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes. Hartley Fanson.
I play a paladin. Clue standy.
Haven't heard that one.
Nice.
I know, it's pretty good, right? I was cooking that up all week.
Ah, good
Yeah,
work.
Thank you.
And last but certainly not least, Maggie Pelud.
Playing Minx Revka, and we have golden tickets to the top of a mountain.
Right, we are going to the top.
Hopefully. Golden tickets? I don't know.
Hopefully.
Maybe. Cadmus is here. Wee.
This is exciting.
Yeah, we're getting close.
Chris
Chris has been bouncing.
stressed. Yeah, he's been.
Yeah,
he had a
Chris
coffee
is
today, guys.
really excited for
Chris
this.
does not normally have a coffee before we start.
No.
It means we
Maybe
should
some
be scared.
shit's about to go down.
Yeah,
I think he had a coffee before the Rogar episode.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh my god.
I had a coffee in between yours and Hartley's intro.
Okay. Yep. He's ready.
He is.
But before we get to this session, we should do a quick recap of the last one. In the last session, the party made their way back to Madame Pouch's mansion to return her stolen contraband, which they learned did not contain fancy clothes, but instead vials of a drug called cat. Inside the mansion, Madame Pouch confessed that she had been in contact with Faradin Silverbeard all along, and would be aligning herself with whichever Silverbeard brother came out on top after the impending skirmish soon to befall the city. The next day, Dax brought Minx back to his home in District 7, confessing that he would not be joining the group venturing up the mountain, choosing instead to stay back to look after the younger members of his family.
I'm going to make stacks. I really am.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Will you, Maggie?
Yeah.
No,
Also-
I don't believe it. I don't believe it.
Maggie's still in her corner.
It's fine.
Yeah, do you need anything over there? Water?
I'm fine.
Okay.
My friend's good. Everything's fine.
Okay. We'll talk to you in the episode.
After the farewell between the two friends, the group learned from a young elf named Balvin that getting to
Blavin.
No, we went back.
Pretty sure it's Blavin.
We checked.
It was Balvin.
You know what?
was Balvin
I edit
all
the
along.
episode, so I'm just going to cut in Balvin.
It's gonna be
me
weird
saying it.
It's gonna be weird when
From
I'm
right
talking.
now.
All of a sudden, Hartley just comes in. Yeah.
It's an AI voice.
Yeah.
Balvin.
Balvin. Balvin.
If you don't understand the animosity, listen to last week's episode's last call.
And if you're not listening to last week's episode before this one,
Oh,
something wrong with you.
I'm so sorry that things won't make sense.
Yeah.
They learned from a young elf named Balvin that getting to the top of the mountain needed to happen as soon as possible, as the door to the Fae would only remain open for less than a minute. Using the favor given to them from Madame Pouch, the crew gained access to Silverbeard's stronghold and found themselves face to face with Meldar Silverbeard, the king of Hallow. The crew eventually managed to gain the trust of the king, who agreed to give them safe passage up the mountain. The session ended with Team Not the Time reuniting with the Tiefling Ranger Cadmus,
Cadmus! Yes!
who was already dressed and equipped to join them on their mountainous journey.
He's always so prepared.
I still haven't forgiven him.
I know.
And that is where we are now. Cadmus is standing in the doorway, and from the top of your shoulder clue, you hear as Grub bounces down onto the floor, runs over to Cadmus.
No, we don't like him, Grub.
I run with Grub and I wrap my arms around Cadmus.
We don't-
Cadmus!
Grub, you weren't there. He was... This fucker, he abandoned us. Hey, I'm talking to you, fucker.
Cadmus, it's so good to see you.
It's not good to see you.
It's been so long.
It
How are
hasn't
you?
been that long either.
It's quite surprising to see you're alive.
Yeah, you ditched us.
You fully ditched us. Thank you.
Yeah, I forgive you.
No,
I'm looking up at Cadmus the whole time.
he's the same size as you. Why are you kneeling down and looking up to him? Get on your feet. Get on your feet.
Sorry, I wiped my knees off.
Dylan's bowing.
Yes.
Meldarg is kind of standing back, taking in this
Yeah, I'm watching
weird
Meldar.
interaction, and goes on to say, "Cadmus, you will be having some companions on your journey, and I understand you have already been acquainted with them quite well. So this might have to be a brief reunion, as time is of the essence."
I do a little mini fist bump.
Well, I'm glad to see that you're not dead.
Well, yeah, you were instrumental in that. Thanks a lot.
We managed to kill them, and then we got out of there.
We had some help.
We did.
No,
Which
hey,
was-
Mix. Just let's do this.
You were knocked out.
It was easy. Pretty sure it was easy. You left, and then there were a breeze. In fact, I feel like you were more of a detriment to our camaraderie as a team.
Give me
I think
a
it's
give me a
good.
deception check.
Good to see ya.
Cadmus, I think you honestly really helped us. I totally understand that you had to
Deception?
Yeah.
How'd you do?
It's a 12. 12 on deception.
You still have a black eye.
Cadmus does not believe you. Well, whether you had help or not, I'm glad to have companions go up the mountain with me. The journey's not anywhere close to being over.
go. Are we going to make it in time?
Meldar chuckles and says, "Like I said before, it's good to be the king of Hallow. We should get you there within the hour."
Within the hour?
It's pretty incredible.
How are we doing this?
Well, you see, there are many creatures besides Halloweens that call the mountain region their home.
Halloween.
Is that what we call ourselves?
Of course,
Halloweens,
every
yeah.
citizen of Hallow is a Halloween.
That's
Oh
perfect.
my God.
That is amazing.
That's awesome.
Halloweens.
Yeah, of course.
I love that.
Halloweenies.
The weaker ones, perhaps, yes.
Aw.
But every Halloween and Halloweeny is important to me and to the continent.
Dylan looks at his crotch for a second. He contemplates. Is this a Halloweeny?
Again, you're standing in front of the king.
Yes.
Oh my god.
But as I was saying, there are many creatures who call the mountain their home, and I have good standing with all of them. As such, there is a convocation of giant eagles that reside near the top of Mount Moridan.
The Eagles are coming?
The eagles are already here. I have requested that they provide escort to the top before the gates to the Feywild open.
Wow.
We should go to the birds.
Go birds. It's canon now.
I knew when I
It's
wrote
canon
this,
now. Go birds.
I knew this might happen.
We're gonna go to the birds.
Now,
Oh my god.
Cadmus and Clue, you are dressed for the mountain, but I do not believe that you two might be comfortable in the current attire you have on.
Yes, we don't have anything.
Of course, I will provide the extra winter garb for you and Minx.
Thank you.
And of course, with this being a treacherous journey, I have another gift for you.
Hold on, just before we move off the cold weather stuff, can Grub have something? Do you have anything for like small animals?
Got a fur coat.
Yeah, but his feet might get cold.
Oh, some booties.
Do you have booties?
I will see if some
He
of
just
the
pulls booties out of his
Claw,
pockets. Of course.
shaped booties.
I believe I left them in my other robe, but I will see if we can find some smaller gloves
Thank you.
for your.
He's just wearing human gloves. 4 human, regular sized gloves
They're like
flopping around.
flippers, yeah.
Oh my god, I
It's
love
like this
it.
thing with cats that just they just don't know how to walk when
Yeah,
you put
yeah,
them
yeah. He steps high.
on. Yeah. He looks really uncomfortable.
But as he was saying, he pulls out another gift for you. He pulls out a small vial of black liquid. I trust you know what this is.
Meridium.
Yeah, I pull out another vial. I go,
Ah,
yes.
of course.
Can we make them kiss?
Are you just
What if they're just files, Dylan? Sorry, what?
Wait, why are you giving us Meridium?
Yeah, what's up with that?
I mean, we accept
It is
graciously,
a
but
valuable resource. It's for you to do with as you will. I understand you don't have a lot of Meridian weapons on you. I see that you have a great axe, but the others, it is, like I said, going to be a dangerous journey.
We
Wait,
also don't
so-
have a crafter, though.
We don't know. I don't. Meridium's new to us.
Yeah.
Ah, I see. Well, if you wish to use Meridium on your weapons and garb, then all that requires is to meld it using magical fire.
I start
Oh.
looking around for fire. I point at his fireplace. Is that magical?
I made that earlier today.
With magic?
No, not magic.
Ah.
So if you have someone who can create magical fire, perhaps that is what you can use to...
Chris,
I could
turn.
do we have somebody
turn,
who creates magical
I
fire?
turn to Cadmus.
I can make magical fire.
Oh,
That's my main default spell.
Oh,
Right.
that is your.
And you all turn to Cadmus as well, if you remember, snaps his fingers
Yeah.
and produces a little flame on
He's
the end of his
definitely
fingers.
safer and more
Right.
functional.
can we stack the vials? Sorry, not
What
the physical
do you
vials.
mean?
I mean, if we were to put more Meridium into Julia,
Hey, Dylan,
Oh my god.
really
would
quickly,
it, right?
just calm down.
Okay.
You got a cool axe.
Okay, I go
All
into
right?
a corner. Dylan goes into a corner and collects himself.
And
He hasn't
also,
seen Cadmus in a very long time, and he's burning up a little bit.
heated.
A little
I
heated.
turn to Minx. I'm just proud he's not asking for the Meridium to put onto his shovel.
Wait, so we just infuse it with magical fire, and that's it?
Correct. Meridium is a quite mysterious resource that works in very unknown ways, but to meld it with weapons and armor is actually quite simple if you know what you have to do.
I feel like I should have known that. That's cool.
That's really
Sick.
cool. Okay, well,
It might be good to have at least a couple things on hand. You have your axe, and of course I have bestowed Cadmus with upgrades to his weapons as well. And you see Cadmus hold up the bow that he was using the last time you guys were fighting with them, and you see it is now blackened and shiny as it's now a Meridium longbow.
okay, this is we're gonna do this now because this is exciting. I pull out both of my greatswords and I look at the indoor greatsword and the outdoor greatsword, and I turn to the king and I go, "The Feywild. This is like an outdoor thing."
It's quite wilderness, yes.
Is it air conditioned?
Is there?
Like-
Yeah. Is there? There's not a lot of like roofs, big roof. Are we?
To be honest, Master Clue, I don't see the difference between these two swords.
You're right. Outdoor it is. And I turn to Cadmus and I pull out the other. Well, I guess I already have it out. The vial of Meridium, and I go, "Do it, Magic Man.
Do it, magic
Do your parlor tricks.
Oh, so am I
spell.
useful now?
This is getting you on the
You
right track.
just shit on him.
This is getting you on the right
I
track.
yell from the corner, "You've always been."
You're in the corner now too.
I was in the corner.
Say hi to Maggie for me.
Who's Maggie?
No, never mind.
Just me.
Cadmus takes the outdoor greatsword from you and makes his way out back into the great entrance hall and goes over to one of the barren grates, and with the flick of his fingers lights a fire as the room is kind of illuminated, and puts your sword onto the flame,
Yeah.
takes the vial of Meridium
Tell me more.
and kind of pours it over the top.
Okay. So,
And
yeah. Don't let any drip.
it's funny because he just pours it rather casually, but you see the Meridium that like looks like it was about to drip off the sword wrap itself around it, almost like it's viscous in a sense, and
Venom.
almost like the Spider-Man venom.
Very
It has an
cool.
intelligence to it to some degree.
It's definitely not an ordinary liquid, and it's weird because like heat would normally liquefy some kind of resources and
Make it
minerals,
less viscous.
but you see with the magical fire, over time, the liquid that wrapped around the sword begins to solidify. And eventually, after a few moments, Cadmus takes out the sword from the grate, holds it up, and you see it is a beautiful, shiny, all black blade. And Clue, you now have a Meridium greatsword.
Wow.
Yeah, I do.
Wow.
So this is a +1 greatsword.
Hey! Whoa! Okay. How do I do
And
this?
with the Meridium effects, I believe it's a slashing weapon, correct? It does slashing
Yes, it
damage?
is. Yes, it is.
So similar to Julia, you will be dealing out residual damage with your weapons during combat.
Heck yeah. And Chris has to remember all of that.
Mhm.
Yes, he does.
I walk over to Minx and I say, Minx, you should probably take the last vial. That means we all have something infused with Meridium, and we could be, team not the Meridium time or something. We can workshop that, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about like an armor? Can you do? I guess you can't. You don't wear armor, right?
Ooh.
I'll do it if I can. I'll do it on the Ring of Spell Storing.
Yeah.
That's cool.
If it has an effect.
Okay.
I'm afraid of wasting it. That's all.
Minx, you hold up your Ring of Spell Storing. Cadmus takes it, holds it over the fire. And you notice as soon as Cadmus just puts his hand into the fire, and he kind of grimaces a little bit, but again, it doesn't hurt him as much as like an average person would sticking their hand in fire. Takes the other vial of Meridium that you guys have probably had for a month now.
It's old.
Yeah. And casually pours it over. You see it latch onto the ring again and begin forming. And after a few moments, he pulls it out, and it is a pure black ring. It looks brand new now, because if you remember, Master Perrick gave it to you slightly used. So this is now a Meridium ring of spell storing.
Wow.
Wow, that's pretty
Okay. All right. What does it do?
It will grant you +1 to your spell casting modifier.
Oh.
That's crazy.
And your spell storage on this ring, which I believe is 2 right now, is doubled.
Doubled. Whoa.
Wait, you can store 4 spells on that ring?
4 slots.
4 slots.
Yeah.
Sick. Oh my.
Yes.
Maggie's gonna be OP.
How does it, Minx? How does it feel?
Bigger.
It looks quite large.
It's way shinier and not as scuffed. Thank you. This is great.
Again,
Yeah.
you are on a treacherous journey, so it's the least I can prepare you for.
Let's get going.
Nice.
Oh yeah.
I want to be covered in Meridium.
I just want to. Dylan just I want to bathe in it.
I want everything to be Meridium. I want to get the full Meridium kit.
Do you think,
just do a full
Meridium
X-Men.
Yeah.
Do you think that Meridium would do like a cool layover thing on my jerkin?
100%.
The king, who is standing back and admiring you upgrading yourself, says, "Now, Cadmus, if you don't mind extinguishing that grate, it has been quite hot here in Silverbeard's stronghold as of late. I've been trying to keep the fires at a minimum at this time." As Cadmus extinguishes the fire and the light distinguishes from the entrance hall, Meldar Silverbeard turns to the 4 of you and says, "Now, I will emphasize the importance of making sure you are the only ones who enter the Feywild.
Oh.
It's only just as important that you enter, but making sure that no one else who means to do harm in terms of aligning themselves with Faradin Silverbeard."
Okay.
But what about anyone trying to get home? Or trying to visit the Fey or
That
travelers?
should be not a problem.
Okay.
But you see, Jonas Standy has made great strides in keeping things civil between Hallow and the Feywild, and we wouldn't want the influence of Faradin Silverbeard and the years of peace corrupted between the 2 realms.
That makes sense.
So, get in, but make sure no one else gets in as well.
Okay.
Yo, is there anything you want to say to my mom? I don't know. It seemed like you knew her.
Briefly during the war, but if you are to reunite with your mother, and I hope you do, young half-elf,
Thank you.
I will say, pass on the message that we appreciate what she did during the Great Orc Rebellion, and I hope she is well during these troubled times.
I will. Thank you.
Of course, now, I have a little problem to attend to here on Hallow, but
Problematic predicament.
one could say that, yes. I will leave you and Cadmus on your journey. Safe travels to all of you.
Thank you so much.
I hope it all works out over here. We're rooting for you.
And we'll see you on the other side.
And I am rooting for all of you as well. Be safe. And he wanders back into his map room. Cadmus, who is still dressed in his winter garb, but doesn't appear to be sweating at all. Clue, it's probably stifling for you in this room, especially when the fire was lit.
Yeah.
you assemble into your winter gear, and Minx and Dylan, you also notice that it is stifling warm in the Silverbeard Stronghold when you're wearing this kind of garb. Grub, who's walking around with little, like, tiny gloves, probably meant for children, still seems uncomfortable walking with this on his little paws. And Cadmus flings his bow over his shoulder. Right, this way. And proceeds to go up a staircase just off the side of the entrance hall.
Okay. We follow.
After a few minutes of traveling up this spiral staircase, you come to a door which opens, and you find yourself on top of Silverbeard's stronghold. And perched right in the center of this massive, massive castle are 2 giant eagles.
Oh my god.
Oh my goodness, this is so exciting.
I call the left one.
Okay.
They're about
Can I say, is the left one cooler?
I
The
want
left one's cooler, right?
whichever one Cadmus is going to be on.
they're about 10 feet tall.
Wow.
And
Holy shit.
they look at you approaching with like large, fiery amber eyes. And Clue, as you try to approach them really quickly, you see one of them just as
Hi.
it almost like expands its wings a little bit, and you can see that the wingspan's probably close to like 20 feet.
Hello, bird.
Jeez.
I would show them respect. They're doing us a great service.
Oh, I respect the hell out of this. This is cool. This is awesome.
I would wait to see if they allow you permission on their back before you rush into it.
Okay, I slowly turn around. Hi, bird. You're cool. Can you carry us to the top of the mountain, please?
Give me an animal handling check.
With disadvantage.
17 on the die,
Nice.
plus 2 for a 19. They know they're cool.
After a brief pause, you hear from the left eagle as they lower their wing, and it almost looks like a ramp as you're able to climb up
Oh my
onto their
God.
back.
Yes.
Nice.
Gotcha.
I'll approach whichever one Cadmus is going to. And do we all roll animal handling?
Cadmus is almost standing back.
To see which one? That's fair.
Yeah.
I stand back with him.
Minx, which one do you want to go to? Cadmus whispers to you loudly, take the right one. Take the
I'll
right
move
one.
to the right.
Does Dylan hear this?
Let me roll deception. That's a nat 20.
Oh my god.
That's crazy.
Very, very subtly turns to you,
Nice.
Minx, and says that. Minx goes towards
Yep,
the right.
And I just try to pet it
Try to
respectfully. Respectfully. I don't know. I feel like it's being rude just standing on it. Okay, yeah, I'll get on the eagle.
Sure. You get onto the right one, you approach it casually, so eventually it lowers its wing, and Cadmus looks at you, Dylan, and says, well, I guess we have to split up.
I was starting to like Cadmus again.
I love it so much.
Clue, can you go with Minx?
Get off of the bird. Go on to the other bird.
I look to the other bird and I go, "Are you okay?" He doesn't seem like he's. It doesn't seem like he's vibing with me.
I turn to Cadmus and I gently hold his hand and I say, "We'll be reunited soon." And then I run to
Oh my
I run to
God.
Minx, and I'm gonna roll animal handling.
Oh, you're so in love.
17 plus 3.
Yeah.
20.
The eagle and lowers its wing as well.
Nice. Hello.
Cadmus approaches the left eagle where you are, Clue, and after a brief pause, finds himself on top as well. And he turns to the three of you and says, now, I don't know what to expect up there, but
Snow.
yes, snow.
That's really smart, Dylan. That's there's gonna be snow up there. You
Oh,
got
yeah,
it.
we bundled up in winter garb, right?
Right.
100%. You got
It's
it.
not
Yeah.
snow I'm worried about.
Mhm.
It's what else might be traveling to the Fae.
Yeah.
So if you have anything you need to prepare now, might want to do it before we take off.
Okay. I take my great axe into my hand.
Actually, yeah, I'll dump what's left of my element orbs into my ring.
Nice.
Okay.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah.
Very, very cool.
Okay.
I'm always ready.
Do you
for
want
a
me to
fight.
say what it is, or does
No.
it matter? Okay.
No? As long as
Cool.
you can keep track of it, that's
I'm
fine.
gonna mark it. Yeah.
Okay. So you are out of element orbs.
Yep. I'm out. I'm empty.
So you
Yep.
Wow.
pour this magic into your new Meridian ring of spell storing, and as soon as you empty the last little bit of power, the element orb just cracks and drops to the ground.
Oh, I lied. Sorry. I'm gonna use 3 of those slots, but then I'll also just cast mage armor on myself.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's all.
Wow.
Okay.
You prepare yourselves, Cadmus looks to the three of you, gives you a nod, and turns to the birds and says,
Go birds.
Stupid.
I love it.
again, I set this up for myself.
Yes, you did.
You see the wings of these giant eagles expand out from their bodies 20 feet wide, and you feel as they begin to take off from the top of Silverbeard's stronghold. As you take off, you feel the immediate rush of wind through your hair. You look down and see the layout of the city instantly begin to shrink below you. Minx, you see the landmarks of your childhood. Places like the Amber Lantern, Broken Knuckles, the slums, the Nook, even your home, shrinking with every second that passes by as you fly higher and higher up the mountain. Every second that passes, you feel that the roads, buildings, and peoples look like miniature ants, tiny blobs of people going about their day, continuing with celebrations of Hallows Day Eve. Eventually, the winds become stronger, the air becomes thinner, and you begin to appreciate the bundled winter gear that you have on, maybe even appreciate the hats that Farmer Flinthorn gave you all the way back in Tillville.
I'm definitely sporting it.
After a few minutes of flying to the top of Mount Moridan, you eventually arrive at the peak.
Oh.
A summit that seems to stretch no more than maybe 60 feet in diameter. Give me a perception check.
Yes, sir.
everyone?
Can I get Grub to give me the help action?
Hell yes. That's a 22 from
Okay, you beat me, I think. 15.
Not Nat, but 1.
Okay,
Oh,
not
one.
that one.
Not
Okay.
Nat, but 1.
Okay, because you have your morale card. Okay.
Yeah.
So what was the highest one?
22.
22.
22. So Minx, with your not natural one,
Yeah.
you probably are just focusing on
Not
looking at
falling.
Clangan in space and also
Yeah.
not falling. Like, you've never seen your home from this perspective, and like the farther and farther you travel away with it, you know, like you are leaving the city in danger in a sense, right?
Yeah.
With a 22, Dylan,
Yes.
as you approach the top, you can see that there are people up here. Near the center of the summit, you can see a small party of humanoids crowded around each other, all dressed in winter garb like yourself. You see that there are several tents pegged into the ground, and you see several small campfires are providing what little warmth it can from up above here. You can also see just off near the cliff of the summit, overlooking the city, is a large nesting of other giant eagles peering
wow.
up at you as they welcome back the rest of their collective. The eagles that you are on,
I do like a full point gesture, and then I do like those tactical movements to, I have like a Cadmus, and I do like the eyes to the eyes, and then like I put up like 5 fingers, and like I point down, and I do like a little arm spin. I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm doing some waves, some tactical down here stuff.
Over
Silent.
the wind, I yell to Cadmus.
Rub
I
your
have
tummy,
no
tap
idea
your
what he's
shoulder.
saying.
I also let Minx know what I see down there.
okay, as you approach, Cadmus picks up on what you're trying to say, holds his bow at the ready, hasn't notched an arrow in it yet, but is just prepared for anything as the giant eagles and slowly descend onto the summit. Cadmus hops off right away and prepares in a battle stance.
I join him.
Okay.
Is it like a Black Widow,
We
like
look so
fall
cool.
from a plane, like
You-
hair flip? Like,
Yeah, can we do a performance check
Well, also,
to see how dope we hop off the?
Give me a dexterity check, Dylan. Or acrobatics.
Oh. I rolled a 4.
Oh,
Plus 3. 7.
7.
breaks his ankle.
The landing isn't great.
No, I fall into the snow, and a little bit of snow gets in my snowsuit. You know that feeling? It's the worst.
Oh,
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
soggy.
Yeah, right in the back between where the shirt is tucked into the pants.
Soggy
It's
bottom.
the worst.
I just walk down. Can I do a check to see if the massive eagles showing up on the mountain has caused any disturbance of the crowd? Are they looking at us?
Sure, give me a perception or insight.
That's a 16 on the deep die. 16 on the D.
On the
plus,
deep die,
plus
D.
2.
Plus 2. Obviously the eagles aren't disturbed by more eagles showing up,
Yeah.
and you see that a couple of the gathered humanoids
Yeah.
turn to see the eagles showing up, and they're not surprised by that. maybe they're a little surprised that people are riding on the eagles.
Yeah.
Okay.
But they're not surprised at these giant beasts, because after all, this is their habitat. This is their home.
Right.
So
okay.
cool.
Okay. Cool.
You all depart the giant eagles, and the two of them begin to go over to the nesting spot and join their brethren.
Yeah.
Nice.
And
Do
very
they do a
cool.
secret handshake?
Claw tap.
The
Yeah,
eagles?
claw taps, massive talons. Give me an animal handling, Dylan.
No. Do they do it between themselves?
They're doing it between themselves.
Because they come back to the
Like
bros.
good landing,
Oh,
bro.
I
yeah, I'm gonna
thought
see
you were
it.
trying to do it.
No.
They dap each other up.
The birds waddled over. They're like, "Yo, so it's been a while."
You see a few of them nuzzle each other's necks as like a sign of like welcome back, things like that.
Okay,
Nice.
you made it. No.
Sorry, they don't dap each other up.
Can I dap up the eagle? As
Oh
it goes
my
up?
God.
No, we're done dapping the eagles
Okay,
up.
fine.
We didn't start dapping the eagles up.
Leave him alone.
Go birds!
As you guys are watching the eagles rejoin their party, Cadmus has not taken his eyes off the party in the center of the summit and begins slowly walking towards them. And under his breath, you can hear, "Be on your guard. We don't know who might be hiding in amongst the crowd."
Sweet, I follow behind him with my great axe slowly.
You guys look really ominous. We're trying to maybe blend in first before we start swinging, okay?
Of course.
Okay. And I also look at Cadmus, okay?
Be prepared for anything.
You too.
Always.
It's always good to prep
be,
an action.
Be prepared to also not cut people apart.
I hood
okay?
up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You slowly approach, and as you get closer and closer, you can see that a lot of them appear to be of a certain species. You see that a lot of them are elves, or at least have some
Right.
elvish in them, maybe some half-elves, maybe some Eladrin of some kind, people who are either from the Fae or have their ancestry originate from the Fae.
Sure.
And as you approach, how do you want to appear? Do you want to appear friendly or intimidating?
Friendly.
I think friendly's the right call,
Okay.
but being ready for anything.
Okay, give me a group charisma check if you want.
Charisma
12.
check?
Ah.
Oh, yeah.
16? That's good.
16 also.
Oh.
12 for me.
Nice.
Okay.
Not bad.
Cadmus got a 19 on his
Nice,
charisma.
okay.
Minx,
16.
16. Okay, yes.
Why do I look the most intimidating?
Maybe because you're carrying a great axe bigger than you.
Yeah, it's huge.
It's a
I just,
sight.
like-
There's
I've
no
appeared with a
making that look good.
I just go up to Dylan and like pinch his cheeks and I'm like, look cuter.
Yeah, they're rosing up
Yeah.
with the... I'm using the snow to make them red.
As you approach, you see that the faces that look at you as you arrive appear calm, and you hear a few of them go, "Welcome, welcome.
Hello.
Please, huddle
there-
by the campfire. You look cold."
Are there like families here?
Give me insight if you want, Minx.
Bad 8.
A bad 8.
8? I don't think you know the relations of the people that are on the mountain right now. But with an 8, I'll tell you, they all look relatively young. I'll
Okay.
say
Okay.
that.
Oh,
Okay,
right.
but there's no like
elves.
children. There's no like babies.
They
there's
don't. No, there doesn't appear to be any like small children or
Yeah.
or infants who have made their way
Okay.
up the top of the mountain.
So no, yeah, there's no like real date. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's that feeling of like if there's somebody on a plane, they have like a baby. I'm like, okay, yeah, everything's fine. Everything's
Nice.
fine. Anyways.
Are you guys all excited to go to the Fae?
As soon as you say that, like there's a whole surge of excitement in the crowd. It's like, of course, once a year. The door opens once a year, and we made it just in time.
Are you visiting family? Are you going back home? Why are you traveling?
Are you on vacation right now?
Yeah.
You go around and you begin to hear stories from a few. There's probably around like 10 to 15 of these people.
I sit next to them in the fire. I join one of them.
Yeah, you join by the fire, get warm a little bit. Grub joins as well. Like he only has gloves on his paws, so the rest of him is a little chilly. But you hear stories of some of them are here who are traveling to the Fae for the first time. Like they've never been. They were born in Hallow. Some of them haven't been in years, but are looking to return. A lot of people who are extremely excited to go back to what is their ancestral home.
I think maybe Cadmus is doing the same thing, but can I maybe do some insight checks while we're listening to everybody's stories to see if anything doesn't ring true?
Sure.
Yeah.
Give me an insight check.
And
Okay.
I'm going to the Fae too for the first time. I've never been. I'm really excited.
That's a 2.
A 2?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll
Wait,
roll
a
for
2 plus.
Oh.
Plus.
Oh.
2.
Oh my
four.
God.
4. Wow.
Okay.
So I found the guy,
Insightful.
right? I found the bad guys.
With a 4
Yeah.
clue, everyone's really suspicious right now.
Oh, interesting.
I turned
The other
to
way around.
I turned to Cadmus and I go, that sword's out for a good reason, I think.
You see Cadmus, who got an 18 on his insight, begin to put his bow back on his back. I think we hold off for now until they show some sign of threat.
Yeah, I'll do the
Okay.
opposite of Clue. And if they're like, I don't know if they're like drinking from like a little cauldron or like just around a campfire. I assume it's cold. So I assume there's warmth.
Even though it's still the day,
Yeah.
you're on top of a mountain. You're like
Right.
miles above the ground. So like, yeah, the winds are whipping, the air is cold. So you see a couple of them have like, little cauldrons set up on the fire. Like
Yeah.
people are drinking from like little canteens of like hot liquid and just, please, have as much as you want. We're here to share. We all made it up here together and we're
Or just,
happy
like,
more people can join us.
Prestidigitation and just like make the flames burn a little bigger, get a little warmer in that 1 cubic foot of just any of those pots they got
Nice.
going. Be like, yeah, cold journey, right? Freezing compared to bottom of to the base.
Took us a few weeks to travel up the mountain. Not an easy
Holy.
journey.
Wow.
Holy.
Hmm.
Yeah, we just
Wow.
rode Eagles up just now.
we did get the fast pass, unfortunately.
We did. We bought the fast pass.
We didn't get the fast pass.
Yeah,
no,
yeah,
no,
yeah.
no.
It's
We-
worth.
hey,
It's worth the money.
We just
I,
it's
I
worth
think
the
it's
money.
I think it's in trial runs.
Yes.
no general tickets for us.
Yeah.
I'd like to single someone out who mentioned that they've been to the Fae before.
Okay.
And I would just, are there any tips or tricks for like getting through the door? Do we run through it? Is there like a ledge we gotta step over? Is
First time.
first time?
Yeah.
You motion to someone who looks to be like an older elf.
Yeah.
Who goes, you can go at a run if you're nervous, but
Oh my god.
Okay.
just
Yeah.
walking through the portal.
Okay.
That's it.
wow. Okay.
No magic password. Nothing. Just take a few steps and home sweet home.
Yeah, I think Dylan's seeing so many elvish folk and just like being up on the mountain and being only a few hours away from like entering the Fae, something that he's wanted to do for so long. He's like, he's getting really excited.
Yeah, Minx is really twitching and not asking anyone how magic works in the Fae.
Yeah.
Just like, no, play it cool. It's fine.
Yeah.
Well, I'll learn soon.
Yeah. I tell them a little bit about the fact that I'm going to go see, a family member that I haven't seen. I don't reveal everything. I just say,
I was gonna say,
You
are
know,
you doing a full
no.
like
No, no, no.
Frodo Baggins?
No.
in the-
no, I'm just so excited, and I can see that there's a lot of young folks that are also excited. Like I guess I'd like kind of huddle up with the people that are going there for the first time, and I'm going to go see my mom. I haven't seen her in a long time, and she hasn't been in the Fae this whole time. It's my first time.
A beautiful reunion. I take it's gonna be. I'm so excited for you.
I'm so excited. What's your name?
My name? Yeah. My name's Rojor.
Rojor.
Yes, what's
my
your name?
My name's Dylan.
It's a pleasure, Dylan.
It's such a good time.
I'm so excited.
I turn to Clue and Minx. I say, I found my people.
And I turn to Minx and I go, all of them are like this.
This is just elves, man.
This is elves.
Get ready for the
I don't
next.
know. I thought there was something regal about them, but it really just seems like they're all weird.
Hello. Very happy people.
Rogor.
Rogor.
Rojor.
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 Yeah.
Rojor.
Yeah. You think about how much of a damper bringing Balvin might have been to this
Oh
little.
my god.
Yeah, I'm so
is
glad
he
you didn't make it to
here?
the top.
He's not here, right?
He's not here.
Okay.
No.
I was gonna ask and just be like, do we see a depressed looking motherfucker?
Everyone who has made it to the top seems elated to be there and only like a few hours away from going back to the Fae. Now, it is not nightfall yet. It is not the end of the final day before Hallow's Day. You have a few hours. Is there anything that you want to be doing at this time?
I mean, the king told us for a reason. I'm just going to continually look out for danger in the
Yeah.
people. I think I might ask, maybe I turn to the group and I go, is there anything that, I don't know, is there anything that we can do that would lure out somebody who's serving Faradin?
I mean, I feel like everyone here is pretty honest, but we're not at the finish line yet.
Have you even been like looking out for if they're not honest?
I have.
Wait,
Yeah.
did you roll? Did you roll?
No, I haven't
Insight?
rolled.
Should
I haven't
probably-
rolled. I've just been chatting.
Should probably roll.
But I think everyone here is honest folk. I'm definitely always on edge, thinking that there might be someone coming. We still have a few hours before the door appears.
Right. Thoughts, Minx?
Yeah, I'm trying to think of how to suss. Are there any, actually, no, I'll just pull out a little hand harp.
Nice.
I'll just start, playing. I'll just start doot-dooting a little thing with the group.
Okay.
Oh, you about to do some doot-doing?
I'm gonna doot-doot.
Oh my goodness.
Do you doot-doot?
No, but you haven't done this once on the trip, so I'm really invested.
Actually,
Wait,
I'm
I've
really
known you
good at
for
this.
all of a month, and I don't eat. What is that?
This
what
isn't...
You've had a harp the whole time.
You have
We're
a
not-
harp?
Like, it fit in the bag. I'm actually much
That
better.
was in your bag. Looks much smaller
I'm
than
much
that harp.
better at a lute, but that's bigger.
Hold
to
on.
carry.
I don't know. Does anybody have a lute?
You see about 5. You see 5 elves pull out all of their musical instruments. Like, you gotta kill the time somehow on the mountain.
Oh my
I
goodness.
grab a lute from somebody. I
I'm
hand it.
so
Show
excited.
me
Sorry,
your lute.
not a lute. A lyre is what I picked.
Hold
but,
on, I hand it back. Liar? Anyone liar?
Oh yes, of course. What key?
Oh my god.
A.
G minor.
Oh, okay. Yep. Here you go.
I grabbed
Which is-
the lyre. Here you go.
I cut all that back. The lyre is what I had in my bag. I just didn't understand magical instruments for really quick. But yeah, it's just a hand harp.
Okay, I take the lyre back and I go, never mind to both of these, but thank you.
We have a lyre. We actually need a hand harp now. Who's got a hand harp?
And we're also looking for a lyre.
I just started.
He'd remember that.
Don't reveal the cards.
But if possible, during the performance, what I'd like to do, after hearing Clue kind of be like, what can we do? I'm going to just start trying to do a little subtle magic if possible.
Okay.
Because I don't think... Yeah, it's verbal and somatic prestidigitation. And I'm just going to start throwing out an illusion. It only lasts a turn. But just kind of start throwing out like a red Faradin coin in the eye line of a couple people in the vicinity.
Oh.
Okay.
That's a good idea.
And just see if anybody kind of looks at it really scared. It'll disappear after 6 seconds.
Okay.
But it's just something I kind of want to...
Yeah.
Sure.
I
Really
just,
good.
yeah,
Really good.
if that's something I can do while doing a little performance, distract.
What song are we singing? Hollaback Girl.
Hollaback Satyr. And
Hollowback Girl.
Hollaback Girl.
Gwen Stefani would be proud.
I think so. I think so.
It's just that and a little like foot tap the whole
Yeah.
time.
Yeah. Okay. So that's what you're going to be doing, Minx. Anyone else want to do anything different?
No.
I don't know. I'm just having a good time, but also just prepared for anyone for an attack to commence at any time. I'll do a perception check to just sort of scope out the people around me, and then I'd
Yeah.
love to also just get a sense of like outside of the area that we are chilling in.
Sure.
Like, just sort of get a vibe if like there might be anyone slowly creeping up on us. Because I think I feel like I trust these people. Might be just the fact that I'm a half elf, but I really
rolled insight.
But I think Dylan really thinks that if anything's going to happen, it's going to be coming from outside the realm of our
Yeah.
visibility.
Okay.
That's a really good roll. That's a 20.
Woo!
Okay. Interesting.
I also think before you give him the results to that, I'm just gonna send Grub shivering as he is.
Away from the fire.
Yeah, just circling the group, reporting in on anything, and I think we're just gonna keep doing some form of like insight into sudden,
Sus.
not even sudden movements, because these are people that are trying to blend in.
Yeah.
I think both Grub and I are gonna like collectively give Minx the help action on perception for anybody who reacts to that red coin.
Yeah, because what I was going to say before just performing, I'd just like to go up to Clue and be like, just keep an eye on folk and just kind of like give them a wink.
Okay. So we will address all the rolls.
Yeah.
First, Maggie, give me a quick performance and perception.
It ain't no Hollaback Girl. It ain't no Hollaback Girl.
Hollaback Girl.
Do I have advantage for any reasons? I am
Yeah, on the
proficient
perception.
in-
Because Grub is helping you assess.
Not you, dice. Fuck.
Oh my god.
I went from a 2 to a 1.
That was a
Wow.
fuck.
But like it's so
Yeah.
it's a 10.
You have a morale card.
I have a morale card.
Yeah.
I will use it. So technically it's
So
So
11.
is this for your perception or your performance?
performance.
Okay.
10, which wasn't that one, but it
Okay.
is the one I will use. 6.
Oh, okay,
Nice.
so 16.
I don't know
16.
if that one
That's
factors
good.
into that.
16's good.
Okay.
Now it's perception. 9.
Shit.
9. Okay. You pull out your instrument, Minx, and you play a beautiful, beautiful melody. Maybe you've picked up like little tunes here and there from your time wandering around Clangeddon's Base, a very cultural city, and you begin playing this tune, and a bunch of the elves begin to hum along. Some of them begin creating their own lyrics. Some of them are like in elvish and like Sylvan. Like it's a very like beautiful, beautiful like collection of like sounds and music.
Gwen Stefani would
I was
be
going to
proud.
say
It is
it's
the
an
best-
elvish rendition of.
It is
There
the
Ain't No
best
Hollaback
rendition
Girl.
of Hollaback
Swaying.
Girl you've ever heard. Yeah.
Beautiful.
Spotify, hit us up. With a
9.
9 perception, as you're doing this prestidigitation and just conjuring little tiny images of red Faradin coins, you see them like fall to the ground and like disappear after a little bit. Everyone seems so entranced with the music and playing along that they're not even taking into mind like little flickers of like what looks to be falling onto the ground.
Okay.
Cadmus, during this time, has kind of gravitated away from the group and has set up his own little bonfire and is just kind of overseeing what's happening, just keeping an alert eye out on everything. With a 20, Dylan,
Nice.
as you're investigating around the area, and you have some time to kill, so you're doing a quick scope of like the entire summit, right? It's
Yeah.
only 60 feet in diameter,
Yeah.
so not a lot to go through. As you're walking around, you can see the expansive world of Hallow stretching out around you. You look towards the east and you see the farmlands.
Great, Bella.
You can probably, if you really tried, maybe make out like the road to Tillville. To the north, you can see mountainous regions. To the south, scorching deserts. To the west, you can see rich, deep woodlands. A lot of where the elves who live in Hallow are from. And as you're walking around, patrolling the edge of the mountain, your foot scrapes against something.
Oh.
And
Does it cut me?
no,
Okay.
it didn't cut you.
Oh.
It's just, it feels like an uneven surface.
Oh.
And as you look down, you can see that a lot of the snow that is on top of the summit, what you just stepped on almost looks like scorched earth in a sense. Not a lot of snow in this part of the ground. And as you maybe wipe away, you see that there is maybe 10 feet, some kind of arcane symbol on the ground.
Cadmus. I call out Cadmus's name. Cadmus.
Cadmus, alert,
Yeah.
jumps up
Cadmus, come here.
and
come here.
wanders over,
Come
like,
here.
almost about to draw his longsword. What? What is it?
This. I point to the ground. What is this?
He brushes it off a little bit. I'm going to roll an Arcana check for
Okay.
Cadmus. You can
Okay.
do the same as well.
Sure, I'll do the same. Poop. It's a 4.
You have no clue what this is. As Cadmus brushes it away, you see he goes, I'm not exactly sure, but it appears that this rune of some kind, some sort of conjuration magic. Can't quite place it though. Let's keep an eye out on this area.
Okay.
I'm gonna go back to my bonfire.
Okay, should we ask Minx?
Best not to draw as much attention to this as possible.
Okay.
We don't want to alert that we've discovered what this might be.
Okay, I put some snow over top of it, and then I join the group back. But I'm now actively looking out in that direction.
Okay.
We're just still looking around normally.
Yeah. So I guess I'll join the group, and I think I'll just pull Clue and Minx aside, and I'll say, "Hey,
Hey.
I found some sort of rune. Cadmus called it over there," and I kind of like gently point in that direction. Cadmus couldn't really figure out what it was. I don't know what it is, but I don't know. It just seems like it might be something we should keep an eye on.
Okay, good to know. I have no idea. I guess maybe, can I do an Arcana check?
You can wander over and do Arcana check.
Just, yeah, I'll meander over there.
Yeah,
and
sure.
take
You all go one at a time.
Yeah, I take the instrument from.
Just taking a smoke break.
I take the instrument from Minx and I continue.
Any chance I can get Grub on my shoulder and get him to give me the help action? Maybe not?
For this, maybe not with Grub.
Okay. That makes sense. He's a raccoon. Are you sure he isn't a magical raccoon? He's magical, right?
He eats garbage.
Minx, I think you should go over there because Clue's yelling to himself. I'm not quite sure what's going on, but we can't let this song die.
That's a 6.
A 6?
Yeah.
You don't recognize this kind of rune.
I come back to the group. I have no idea what that is. I have no idea.
Well,
It looks weird, though. Makes you should
I'll
check
go
it out.
peek at it.
Okay.
Okay, I take the loot.
Few times I've been around that track.
Oh.
First time for me.
Audience participation. Dylan's getting group singing.
Yeah.
Minx,
yeah.
give me an Arcana check.
To my left. Now to my right.
There was a round taking place.
Fuck.
Great. Fuck.
2.
2? Yeah, these little individual investigations aren't helping you in the slightest.
Shoot.
Okay.
Can I ask a question though about, because you said it looked like scorched earth.
Yes.
Does it look like it had been like, is the snow like lower there like as of recent at all? Or is it like this might have happened a long time ago and it froze over?
I'll have you do an investigation, and I'll have you do it with
Okay.
advantage because like maybe you all have kind of done a quick investigation on this.
Snow levels. 13.
13. It does look somewhat freshly scorched.
All right. I'll go back to the group and I'm like, well, whatever it is, somebody might have touched it recently.
Okay. So
Okay,
we
we
got
should-
nothing out of that. But
Well,
here's what I would say. Do we know what time roughly it is?
I'll say you're probably 4 or 5 hours away
We know
from
it's
midnight.
watches.
Midnight time. Yeah.
So here's what we know. This gate opens for 1 minute.
Yeah.
the door to the Fae, yeah.
The door to the Fae opens for 1 minute.
Mhm.
If I worked for Faradin and I knew that there's you are an unwelcome party at the top of this
Yeah.
mountain, I would only show up
Yeah.
to crash that party when the doors open.
That makes sense.
So I think I agree with Dylan. Most of the people here, I'd say everyone is trustworthy.
I love Rojor. He's so nice.
Rojar seems fine. You seem...
I don't know if you should be listening to this, Rojar.
Oh no, I take constructive criticism on my personality whenever I can.
Rojar, can you give us a second?
Of course, few times I've been around that
Thanks,
track.
Rojar.
Clue.
Yeah.
So, and Dylan and Cadmus if he's here.
Mm.
Because I would guess the same. My guess is that there's going to be a bunch of people that show here right before the time comes.
That would
Yeah.
make sense.
But does that mean that we're kind of setting the people that are here up for a slaughter?
I think what we need to do is, wherever they're coming from, we need to be on edge. We need to let everybody get through first while we hold off whoever these people are,
Yeah.
and we're the last through. If we can kill them, we will kill them. But
I
if
don't
we
think
can
it's
hold
worth
them off,
spooking them
that's what
right
we
now.
have to do.
Okay.
Yeah.
They're already grouped together. It's not like they're all in separate areas that like we need to. They're all in one place. They're in a protectable location.
Are you sure we just shouldn't tell them?
That's a long explanation, kid.
Well, at least we could let them know.
What? How would we let them know?
Be like, hi, elvish people, folk.
Yeah.
They're-
Here, you know what? Try this on Dylan. He seems very
Hey,
similar to all
Dylan.
of them.
Hi.
Hi, you're gonna be my representative of all the elves right now.
Okay.
Okay, so hi, Dylan. Let me tell you. So there's a group of people that are maybe coming up the mountain to go through the door the same time we are.
Oh, that's lovely.
Yeah.
More
so,
friends.
Well, we are a little concerned that maybe they have a different attitude towards going through the Fae than
Oh.
the group of us gathered here.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. So, for your safety on this travel to Fae Island, thinking of like a flight attendant where it's like, please buckle up, please hide in a snowbank, wait for your time to jump in accordingly.
Yeah.
Thank you for flying. You know, like
And now in
like,
French.
Yeah.
Yeah, French. I see. Okay. That might be tough to get across.
Yeah. But like,
I'm not sure if we should alert the entire population on the mountain that we know that something is suspicious.
Mhm.
I still don't trust everyone that is here.
Okay.
that's
Yeah.
fair.
Except for Rojor, apparently.
I'm also out on Rojor.
Okay.
Once again, be on your guard and prepare for the worst.
Okay. I go back to Rojor, and I sit down and I chill with him.
Okay? You join in.
I think we let the hours pass.
Yep.
As the day passes and the sun overhead in the sky begins to stretch closer and closer to the horizon, you see that it casts the long shadow of the mountain around the base, covering neighborhoods one by one. And from up here, from this vantage point, it certainly does indeed look like a massive clock counting down the hours until Hallow's Day.
Ooh, clue.
Yeah.
You speak to grub, but you don't speak to animals, right?
No, I honestly haven't experimented with it, to be honest. I could.
Could we try to bring you and grub as like maybe translator? I don't know how animals work,
I'll translate for Grub.
but I think we should. If we're not going to tell the elves, we could tell the eagles that we're right there,
Oh yeah.
and they could and be like, "Hey, your nests might get fucked up by some scary people coming."
You're right. They're super cool, and I want
They were-
any opportunity
yeah.
to talk to them again. Let's go.
Because they could also, and then they can't speak to the elves, so
Yeah.
then win-win.
I Clue's smiling. Yeah.
That's really good.
So talk to the Eagles. Okay, cool. Do you want to come with?
Yeah, I would like to try to help Clue and Grub persuade eagles.
We're gonna make
Put
our
a
way
little,
over.
put a little diplomat suit on Grub.
Yeah, I'll turn to
Give
Dylan
him wings.
and Cadmus, and I'll be like, "You guys watch over the group. We're gonna
Wait.
do a cool thing."
Cadmus, you don't talk to animals, right?
No, he doesn't. Only I do. I
Wait,
talk to
wait, does
animals.
Cadmus talk to animals?
Let's let the ranger tend his fire.
Wait, Cadmus, you talk to you
I dabble in
Oh, he dabbles.
Cadmus.
yes.
I think. What do you think? What's your thought?
I think you abandoned us and now you owe us
Oh.
one. Right, Cadmus? And I give him a little pat on the side.
Don't touch
Wow.
me.
Don't
Sorry.
touch him.
Cadmus, I think you're a good person. I'm very happy to be doing this journey with you. I think you're aces. I
Oh my god. I think you're aces.
I would just I think if anything, if we're not going to tell the elves, I'd really like to tell the eagles at least. They live here. They live right over there. It's like their backyard.
Yeah.
And they're going to have some people coming through.
Also, they're super
and,
cool.
And they're really cool. And maybe they'll be on our side.
Give me persuasion with advantage.
Chris, this is what happens when you give us 6 hours on the summit.
Yeah. This is your fault.
Ooh, one of those is it's what a persuasion?
Persuasion.
Fucking 28.
Oh
28.
my god.
Got a 19. Yeah.
Right, you guys have a thing, don't you?
What?
You and Cadmus. Or at least you thought he did because he tried to tell us he was leaving. and
I
then he did a
smile
bunch of-
really big.
Cadmus, who wasn't affected by the extreme heat back in Silverbeard Stronghold, but now seems to be really affected by the cold. He is a tiefling after all. He has horns, so is quite shivering. And with these compliments directed at him, his normal reddish skin has become like pink in the cold, and you see him visibly blush. And he looks somewhat embarrassed as he says, I really wish I told you I don't have the ability to speak with animals before the compliments, but I can tell you what I know about eagles. You see, they understand the common language, but
Oh.
they do not speak it. So
Great.
perhaps
Oh my
you can
God,
get
this-
a message across to them and might be able to sway them, but I don't know if you understand what they're saying.
Have you
I'll
you,
try
You
it.
said you also mentioned you dabbled. Have you dabbled specifically in talking to animals, like as diplomatically as
I did
possible?
act as almost a translator for Meldar when we arranged this
Would you like
transportation.
to come and talk and assist with the eagles?
I'll oversee, yes.
Fine.
Great.
Dylan's a little jealous that Minx got a Cadmus to blush.
And even more when Dylan, when I
Dylan
say
walks
like,
over to Rojor.
Dylan, stay with
Hey.
Rojor. Yeah, just you look over everyone. Okay, cool. The cool kids, let's go. We walk up to the eagles.
Dylan
Okay.
just kicking his feet
Yeah.
in the snow.
No.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You wander over to the massive nest of eagles, and what do? Grub is also bounding for
Great.
trying to hop through the snow as he
Yeah.
goes.
I guess we approach the eagles. I think I'm gonna do it slowly. I'm gonna go to noticeably there. You can differentiate eagle from eagle, maybe.
Sure.
Okay, I'm
Do
gonna go up
not
to the
call
eagle
them
that I rode.
Barbara again.
Okay, yeah, no, absolutely not. I go up to the one that gave me a ride.
Okay.
And I'm gonna walk up to him, and very similar to the first time, I'm just gonna like make eye contact. Hey, you're cool as hell. Can I talk to you for a second?
Give me persuasion.
Can I assist?
Please
Sure.
assist.
Be like, it would
Please.
be. It would really. We'd really appreciate a moment of your time.
Persuasion.
Yeah.
That is 24.
Okay.
Yeah.
Piercing amber eyes look down at you, Clue,
He really likes compliments. Both times this one.
and very subtly just gives a curt bow with its massive beak.
Okay. So I'm gonna walk up nice and close and just like kind of like
Me
a
and Cadmus are right here.
like a whisper into his ear. I turn to those guys. Hey, I got this. And I walk up to the eagle and I go,
I can't assist you.
hey, so it seems like you might have some unwelcome guests appearing right when the portal shows up at midnight. They're not cool. Not as cool as you are by far. In fact, they might try and hurt you and these people. Anyway, you got cool feathers. And I just wanted to say thank you for the ride. I didn't thank you before, but it was because I was overwhelmed.
It's like a drunk guy at a party.
So yeah, we're gonna protect the people, but just keep an eye out. All right, cool. And I try and dap up the eagle.
Holy
So we are
shit.
committing to the fist bump.
I'm dapping up the
We've
eagle.
gone back to
I'm dapping up the eagle.
We're regressing.
Yeah.
All
Give
right.
me
No.
We had
give
all
me-
the advantages.
No.
give me a charisma check.
Okay.
I'll let Cadmus give the help action because of his ranger status.
We're at a dirty 20.
Okay. You see this bird just staring at you as you whisper.
Whisper into his ear.
Hey, honey, let's talk.
And after you're done, and a massive talon comes towards you. Give me a dexterity saving throw.
Yeah. That's a 3.
That's a 3.
Oh,
Okay.
you get
3
impaled.
plus 2, 5.
5.
It's gonna
Okay.
be bloodied.
1 second.
But you're gonna have a cool scar, though.
Yeah, I don't mind this at all.
Eagle scar.
Okay. As this is an attack, he's trying to fist bump you.
Yeah. Yep.
So it's not going to be the full damage. You get hit for 4 slashing damage as this eagle attempts to fist bump.
Yeah.
Clue.
I don't flinch. I dap him up and I say all right, and I give him like a see you later. And I walk back up to the group and I go to Minx like, I do talk to animals.
I see him bleeding. I'm like,
They're on board.
okay.
Yeah.
Great. And I just like give a quick head nod, bow to the eagles. Like, thank you. Yeah.
As this is happening, I'm talking to Roger and I'm like, yeah, you see that? The red guy? We're dating. He's my boyfriend.
My God.
Dylan's just taking the stick, writing C or plus D in the snow.
Chris and Rojar are speechless as Rojar looks at the middle-aged tiefling,
Yeah.
looks back at the teenage half-elf, and
Oh, I'm screaming.
well, that's news. Okay.
Thank you for being so understanding.
And thanks for you being so honest.
Anytime, Roger.
Okay. Goes back to his musical playing, but
A little
a
disturbed.
little off. A couple missed notes here or there.
Christ.
And as you leave the nest, you see that the eagle that you were talking to, Clue, kind of move towards a few of the other eagles, and you begin to hear
Nice.
the squawking
Cool.
as communication is being done.
I hope it's not like broken telephone where the last guy just gets the wrong message.
People are coming.
Clue's an eagle whisperer.
This is why I say Clue flirts with everyone.
Yeah, it's true.
The sun on Hallows Day Eve finally sets. And as night falls, you feel the temperature drop even more. But at the same time, it seems like the members on top of the summit don't really care or don't seem to notice, as you feel even more of a rise of excitement in the small crowd of travelers who begin to sing more and more. And you see a couple begin pointing up towards the sky. And as you turn your gaze to the sky as well, you can see that on this clear night, the brightest stars in the sky are almost a line across
So
the night
sick.
sky.
Wow.
Like right above us?
Right above you.
Wow. So is it just like one big star above us? Because they're all lining
There's-
up over top, right?
There's 8 bright
Line.
stars in the
Wow.
sky, and they're all lined up in a perfect line, except for maybe one that is just 1
Inch.
degree off,
Yeah.
forming a perfect line.
Okay. I guess I think Dylan's going to start getting ready. Like preparing to, to get into a battle.
Okay.
Yeah, I think we are too.
I think maybe just because I've been hanging out with Rojor this whole time, I turn to Rojor and I'm like, Rojor, when it's time, I need you to get into the Feywild as fast as you can. Trust me. And then I get up and I join Clue and Minx. I don't let him say anything.
Okay. Where are you guys setting up?
I'll just go up to somebody that's like seems like they've been around the block on this a couple times, and I'm like, hey, is there like a usual?
I've been a few times around the track.
Yeah. Like, is there a place that normally like pops up like that? It's just like, whew,
It's always so fun in the Fae. You never know when it's gonna pop up, but I mean, it should be very soon. I can't wait.
Okay.
But where? I don't know. It's different every year. I hear.
Okay.
Where was it last year?
I wasn't here last year.
Okay, never mind. Sorry. Okay.
It's okay. It's okay.
Oh.
We're here now. That's all that matters.
Okay.
Maybe
my
we should spread out, and like just each of us grabs a little corner. We do a little star shape, like somewhere in the middle-ish, but also
Yeah.
not all the way far out.
We just wait it out.
We do a big circle.
yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna stay at least 30 feet away from that fucking thing we saw on the ground, though.
The rune.
Yeah.
I'm gonna stay within 30 feet.
Yeah, you get close to that.
I'm gonna
I'll
get-
be near Clue. So if we do like one big circle.
Okay. So with the elvish campsite in the center of the summit, you have taken up maybe cardinal directions all around them to space yourselves out in case for whatever trouble may come in any direction.
Yeah.
Okay. You hear the elves start a new rendition, this time Madonna.
Nice.
But as you're away from the camp and as the winds are howling, you feel more isolated as the music is quieter from where you're standing. The winds are whipping. And it feels like longer and longer until something happens. And then there's a sound that pierces the silence of the night. A singular horn echoes from miles down below. Looking down at the city below, you see a small clump of what looks to be people coming from the north, marching towards the city.
Faradin's army.
Through the small amount of light being offered by the torches they might carry, they look like ants from all the way up here. But they look to be somewhat of a small army, if it is indeed Faradin's army. No bigger than a few hundred, much like what Tyler said on your way to Silverbeard's stronghold. With this small force approaching, it doesn't appear that they have any battering rams, siege engines, nothing that you can see, as the marching forces resemble more of a traveling party, perhaps, than an impending doom of a capital city that you've been hearing. Closer and closer to the walls of Clangeddon space, until all of a sudden you hear another horn echoing in the night. And on this blast of the second horn, you see a bunch of the eagles scatter and fly off, somewhat alarmed.
Well, shit.
They'll come back.
The army stops, maybe a few hundred feet away from the outer wall of Clangeddon's base. And from down below, you can see that this army isn't coming stealthily in the night. The entire wall of Clangeddon's base, near where the army is, littered with tiny little ants that you can assume is an assortment of Hallow soldiers, whether from Clangeddon's base, Tillville, wherever.
Tyler.
Tyler, yes.
Yeah.
You can see that the army in the city probably at least outnumbers them 10 to 1.
Mm-hmm.
More time passes. You don't see the army charging. You don't see the city army launching any attacks. Both wait and wait and wait. This somewhat non-ending standstill, waiting to see who makes the first move. In the silence, you hear an excited cry from the center of the summit as one elf says, 1 minute! 1 minute to Hallow's Day! It's finally happening! And that's when it happens. You feel it before you see it. A deep rumble coming from miles below you. But it feels like the whole mountain might be shaking underneath your feet. Building and building, somewhere deep inside the mountain, it finally erupts. An explosion of force coming from inside the mountain, desperate to find a way out, surfacing through one opening in particular. Down below, Silverbeard Stronghold, home to the dynasty that has crowned Hallow for over hundreds of years, explodes
Oh my god.
into ruin.
Oh my god.
You see down below as massive chunks of what once was the symbol of power in Hallow begin to rain down on the city below. Through the smoke and ruins of the castle, something emerges. A monstrous cloud of red and black begins pouring out of the gape in the mountain. The cloud, seemingly not controlled by wind or rain or any weather in particular, begins seeping into the city, engulfing the rings in a shroud of darkness. And Minx, you are standing closest. You see, out of the corner of your eye, there are 2 eagles that remain, and you see their bodies begin to twitch as their skeletal structure begins to transform. Their 20-foot wingspan begins to construct into smaller and smaller figures until you see 2 elves standing where 2 giant eagles used to be.
Oh my god.
Okay.
They have bright golden hair, golden skin, and in the cold mountaintop, there is a hazy aura surrounding them that almost looks to radiate heat. They are not dressed for the cold, but they don't seem to be affected by it. They are instead sporting leather armor and are carrying quarterstaffs, and the 2 grin to each other, and you hear them say, Minx, "All right, Talon, time to get rid of the witnesses."
Oh
And that is where we're going to end the session.
no! Oh my god! What?
Wait,
What?
I'm reeling. What the fuck?
I am speechless.
That's where we're ending.
Wow.
Oh my
Okay.
Oh, shit.
Well, everyone, thank you so much for listening to this episode of Trouble at the Tavern.
Last call.
Holy shit.
Joined once
God.
again by Chris, Mike, Hartley, and Maggie. If you liked what you heard, feel free to give us a follow.
I did not like what I heard.
Feel free to give us a follow on Instagram at Trouble at the Tavern. Send us an email at troubleathetavern@gmail.com, or give us a comment, give us a review on wherever you listen to your podcast. Send us your questions,
Yes.
comments, concerns.
Yes,
We'd love to
please.
hear from them.
Yeah, all your concerns.
All of them, please.
Yeah.
But until next time, we'll either see you on the next episode of Trouble at the Tavern or on the last call where we're about to talk about what just happened.
Oh boy. Join us there.
Go birds.
Not the time.
Bye-bye. Oh my god.
Hey everyone, Michael here. Just want to give a big shout out to tabletopaudio.com for letting us use their sounds and music in this episode. If you'd like to play your own D&D game to the sounds and music you heard here today, head on over to tabletopaudio.com. They have a huge selection of 10-minute ambiances and music for you to use. Another big shout out to our buddy Sheel for making the intro and outro music. Bye-bye.